it out. It's your man, the original Dirty Rotten Scoundrel, Jeru The Damaja, representing on the Dr. Greenthumb Show. You know what it is. Real hip-hop, every day, all day. Peace.
Be real. BREALTV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
We're right here, BeReal.tv, Dr. Greenthumb Show with Jeru The Damaja,
Yeah.
right
That's
here.
what's up.
Word up. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. You know
know
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we've crossed paths many a time throughout our
Many years.
you know, our many years in this career of ours. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
long time. Yeah, word.
It's-
Oh, let me see. I'm all coming out my shirt.
I mean, it's good to see you, you know, active, man.
Oh man, yeah. You know, I've never stopped. You know how some
Yeah.
people,
Some
they
people
don't
took
know.
a break, yeah.
They think because if they don't see you on the outlets that's available to them,
Right.
that you're not around. But I've been going for 20 joints strong, like
still
constantly.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah, constantly.
I think before, you know, the internet shit and all that stuff, there was a misconception that if the band wasn't on the radio, they weren't active, they weren't doing shit. But
Right.
that really wasn't true, because there was a lot of bands still being real active. You were one of the ones still active.
Right.
Just because you don't necessarily hear us or see us on the video
Right.
outlets or the radio outlets
Right.
doesn't mean we're not out there doing shit or, you know, being productive and staying on the game.
Listen, I've been doing over 100 shows a year for the past 20 years, and that's not even a joke. Like,
That's
if
money.
you go to my website right now, you can see last year I did like 78 shows, and that's slow motion. You know,
Yeah.
I'll be out in Europe a lot, Asia, Africa. Like
And
the world is 6 billion people
Damn.
on planet Earth.
And you
People
know,
probably had
Globetrotting.
the wrong misconception, you know that. But you've been touring all this time, right? Like, you've
yeah,
been touring
constantly putting out records, putting out my own records.
Heavy.
You know, you gotta think about it. If I had 100,000 people that liked me, just 100,000 people that liked me and bought my record every year,
right.
I could live for the rest of my life.
True
and,
that.
And it's way more than that. Like, we do festivals, and you know how those festivals be. It'd be 30,000, 100,000, and dudes at home, they think you not doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Not on what they're checking out.
Yeah.
What they're checking for.
You know, the thing is with all the social networks now, you can see what motherfuckers are doing if they decide to show it to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's helped, like, show people like that a lot of the you know, golden age era,
Right.
you know, rappers are still doing shit because, you
Right.
know, we're out there, you know,
Rocking.
rocking and
Rocking.
you know,
Putting in work.
people are documenting that shit. If we aren't, you know, the fans there are,
Right.
and they're re-spreading the word. It's like they're a
A whole new generation.
whole generation of street
and
team.
you know, and that's the difference as well, is that guys like us, we have a loyal following. We just don't have like, all right, because we came out with a hot record today, then we've been doing it for 20 years strong, and it's people who come to my shows who their kids are 20.
There you
Right.
go.
And like, yo, I raised my kid on your music, and now that's a whole nother,
Whole
we're
other
gonna
generation
always have
passed
people-
down, yeah.
It's good music. It's like, you know, it's funny that the internet, that's the good thing and the bad thing about the internet, is that the internet is great because you can experience and explore so many different things, but at the same time, it made people forget about things quickly. Like when we grew up, if your record came out 20 years ago, we was listening to Al Green and all of the type of stuff that was out before. That's how hip hop even came about.
Right.
You know what I mean? But nowadays, it's because it is so much and it is so accessible. And now you have, like before, you used to have to go in the studio. You had to get your little money up for your tape.
Yeah.
Right.
You had to do whatever you had to do. Now it's really accessible. You could do
Yeah.
that right in the crib. You got
Yeah.
SoundCloud. You got all of these things where everybody is doing it. And just because everybody is doing
iTunes.
it doesn't mean everybody's good.
Exactly. Yeah, it's more accessible for people. The technology made it readily available to people that can just go in their house, make beats in their bedrooms, and you know, even, you know, make songs there and shit. You
Make
know,
whole
for very low cost, make an album. And like you said, not all of it's good.
Most of it is not good.
Yeah,
Let's
so you
keep
know,
it real.
80%, 85%
countless
is
efforts.
pretty shitty, and
Super shitty.
And then, you know, you have some exceptions. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Believe
But
that.
But you got to get through all that noise first.
Right.
In order to get to it. And by the time you get to it, you're like, damn, I'm tired.
Yo, would you say that like Europe has more, like, you know, does it surprise you that I feel like Europe has a lot of they're attracted more to like the '90s vibe, kind of like hip hop, and like because like you see a lot of young people out there
Listen.
that go to the concerts and like they actually they get down with the boom bap, and
Vibe
stuff
with
like
it.
that,
Dog,
Real
I'm
hard.
living in Berlin. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it thug with you. I've been there for like 2014. I
You said
stayed for like
Berlin?
7 months. Last year I was there for like 9 months. March, I'm getting ready to go on a tour with Big Suge, my man Alpha Rob. We doing the Gangstar Foundation
There you
tour.
go.
Word.
I'm back. I don't think this side is gonna see me again for a minute. You know what I mean? I mean, because you know what it is? It's like they've always been behind us in a way.
Right.
So
They're just catching up now.
so it's like being in Berlin for me is like being in New York in the 80s and the 90s. You still got graffiti, you still have breakdancing, you still have all of the art movements, the music movements. You still, really the youth today are really not experimenting here. They don't have their own music, I feel like. You understand? Like we had our own music. We developed something. The jazz, they developed something. Now it's just, all right, this is what it is. You take this and go. Out there, people are still developing. They're still
They
feeling
definitely
it.
appreciate it.
They
a lot
still
more.
have countries who you got to think about it, who were just communists some years ago. So
Right.
they just getting out. And, hip-hop is struggle music. Like, it might be all glamorous and all that now.
But they're still struggling it for
Hip-hop
sure.
came from struggle. That's struggle music. So in those countries where struggle is
They-
not that far away,
They still talk about it.
they on us. Like, yo, they feeling that. They feeling
They
what
see
we
the beauty.
said
They can relate.
in 90 because they was just living it.
Oh yeah.
It's 8 years ago or 10 years ago.
You know, some of them countries in, like, let's just say Eastern Europe, they
Word.
didn't start getting their hip hop over there till like 95, 96. That's
know,
how behind that was.
some of them, and some, like I've done a lot of groups, but like I'm telling you, Poland right now, that's the new hip hop
Damn,
scene.
for real,
yeah,
huh?
there's
Like,
a lot of shit going on
Poland
over
right
there.
now is like that's
see
where
that.
it's that hip hop camp. It's like 30,000 people there's in the Czech Republic. Like 70% of the people are Polish in the spot. I did a joint with my Polish man and them, a song, 6.5 million hits
Damn,
on YouTube, platinum record in 3-4 weeks.
that's wild.
Because and they support. It's so many people, and because they feel that struggle, they still feel that pain. It's not like they don't know what it is, all the champagnes and all of that we
Yeah.
have, and the luxuries, and
Yeah.
The
They,
privileges.
they don't talk that, that's not within their content. They're not like, that's not, I don't think that's their lane, so they don't even fuck with it. They might appreciate it on a different level, but that's not some shit that they go talk about. They talk about what they know.
Right. And like I said, it's you can only talk, but that's what hip hop was really about, talking about what you knew.
Yeah.
What you knew.
Yeah.
If you were getting high, then you talk
Your
about getting
situation.
high.
Yeah, your
If you-
situation.
you know.
Your
There you
experience. That's what it is. And their whole get down to, I think, aside from that they were a little behind, is the fact that, they don't get to see hip hop acts, so consistently. Like, if you live in America, there's a show going on every fucking week, all
We get you don't appreciate to something until it's gone or until you don't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Believe
You
that.
get,
Real
we take
shit.
it for granted. That's what it is. We take it for granted.
because we
Like,
grew up with it, jaded sort of.
listen, hip hop is the only music now where you talk about when you hear people talking about people getting old. You never heard that.
Damn.
Seriously. Like you never
that.
heard
I
that
can
from
get that.
No other music genre does
ever
that.
in life.
Not
I
rock?
haven't
No
heard
R&B.
of Nobody.
yeah, you're not-
Just
yeah.
hip-hop for some reason, but that's the whole. Because they teaching. That's the Willie Lynch, because they had to put that in hip hop, because hip hop is mad powerful. They
Yeah.
got all the different brothers from all the different places, different hoods, the white kids, black, everybody rocking together. It's too, so now they got to figure out, all right, well, now put the young against the old.
Yeah.
And say, well, this is my music and this is your music, and it's all just music.
It's
you know
all
what I'm
just
saying?
music.
Where was the most the hype performance that you've ever done out in Europe? Like you said back in you were out in Belgium and Poland.
I mean, it depends. I mean, like we just did the hip hop camp joint. That was crazy. I was out actually. Me, DJ Premier. We were at a spot in Romania.
Oh wow.
Called the what's the name? What's the name of this festival? The Untold Festival.
Okay.
And I mean, it's crazy. I mean, when we were playing, it's like me on the same day as me, Premier, David Guetta.
David Guetta. Wow.
Like that.
That's a
Romania?
nice mix right there.
Yo,
Yeah.
crazy.
They
And-
mix up
and
genres.
they
That's
get
what's
busy.
up.
I mean, you know, I love hip hop.
Right.
Bottom line, I love
Of
hip hop,
course.
and wherever it's hype at, it's crazy. Like I did a show last year in South Africa. I did
Nice.
Freedom Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's the 20th anniversary of the first democratic election in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
That was crazy. About 20-something thousand people. I was at the beer festival in Belgrade, Romania. 100,000 people.
Wow.
Like, you know, it's hip hop. That's why they be like, hip hop is dead. Nah, hip hop is alive.
Worldwide.
You just gotta know where to go.
Yeah, hip hop is definitely alive. It's definitely living in Europe for sure.
For sure.
and
I'm
other
not
in
gonna-
other countries.
It's
for
all,
sure.
you know what? It's living everywhere, actually.
Yeah,
It's just that we
everywhere.
take it for granted here, and the internet. You know, all of these kids, they think they know so much. That's the thing about the internet. It made everybody an expert on everything.
Because
Yeah. They can
They can
information
look
is
at
up there.
Wikipedia, but they don't know that you can't believe everything that you read.
This
It's
is
just
true.
barely
You can't
scratching the
believe-
surface.
It's so funny.
Get your facts.
I was on Wikipedia one time. I changed my birthday because they had it wrong. A half an hour later, somebody changed it back. I'm like, damn, they know me better than me.
That's your life.
You know, or funny stories like one guy said, you know, he wrote on a post because they were like, we coming out. They were like, oh, Guru will be turning over in his grave. Didn't Jeru get kicked out of Gangstar Foundation for stabbing some kid who
Man.
tried to battle him?
What?
He got the story mixed up. First of all, I got stabbed in Colorado
Oh shit.
because some dude, it was whatever. This is a long time ago. But then how you gonna kick me out of something that we made that up like together? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? One, and it ain't none. It's no truth to nothing that
People
you
talk-
hearing. Guru was my man to the day he died. You
People
understand what I'm
people like
saying?
stirring shit up as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it made everybody an expert on everything because, look, even my little cousin, he making music now, and he's pretty good.
There
You know
you
what I
go.
mean? He's pretty good. I'm not gonna front. He's actually really good. But I'm letting him hear some joints I did, and he like, oh wait, hold up, you was off right there. No, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? No, I was. Shut
Trying
up.
to tell you what's up.
I'm like, wait, how old are you again? He's like, yo, 24. I'm like, yeah, my first record came out 24 years ago.
Yeah.
You
I've
know
been
what
on
I'm
beats
saying?
since I've been
Fall
on beats
back.
since 20.
You know what I'm
Fall
saying?
back, cuzzo.
You know, you trying to tell a master. You
Yeah.
still a student, son.
There you go.
You know, you still a student, but you, and that's the thing about it's no humility.
Yeah.
It's no hubris. People don't want to say, wow, you know, that to me, that was the difference with us, is that we listened to what the guys who came before us
Well,
said.
and we had to pay a certain amount of dues before we could even get in the
Yup.
studio.
But and that's how you,
Yeah.
and that's the work
Gotta
ethic is
pay
different.
the way.
Now you could just jump in. Oh, I got Reason. I got this. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna read this online, learn how to use it. B, we was recording on tapes.
Yeah.
You only had so many punches.
Yeah, you only had so
You
many
know what I
punches.
mean? Or that tape, it was gonna sound crazy. You're gonna have to get a whole new tape.
I think technology has allowed people to skip steps, you know, from DJs to MCs to, you know, producers even, you know what I mean?
And
so
it's gonna lessen the quality.
I think to a degree it does for sure. I mean, there are some people that know what the fuck they're doing in all those aspects. There's no taking away from that, but the full picture of it, the full view, yeah, a lot of people have flooded the game with a lot of bullshit. And you got to weed through all this bullshit to find some really good, you know, good music out there. No matter what it is, because it's not just hip hop. There's a whole lot of other genres that
rock,
yeah.
punk, jazz, funk.
Yeah.
It's a lot of music out there, and it's just like people today. I'm reading some of the comments or some stuff. I'm surprised I can see that far, but you know, people they always ask like, oh, you still putting out records? And yeah, I'm putting out records. I sell a lot of records. You just not
Putting in
looking in the
work.
right places because you looking for it online. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You looking but if you check Jeru The Damaja, and I'm still putting out hot records. You know, but I got a record now. I'm about to give you guys actually let me give you guys all a copy. This is a promo
Hey.
copy because the actual copy is coming out on wax, but it's called The Hammer. There you go. One for you. Pass it down the line.
Yeah,
And
that.
I got production on there by my man PF Cutting,
Fucks
Large
with it.
Professor, The Beat Nuts.
Oh, you
And,
went.
you
You
know,
went.
it's a little EP, but it's hard. You know what I mean?
Real
Actually, the
hip-hop
video
shit right
Solar
there.
Flares. You can check it out now, and I'm still doing my videos like it's not just me with a camera, and that's another thing with the videos. It's just dudes with cameras, standing on the block or whatever. It ain't no concepts. I'm about concepts. I'm about stories, and I'm about having fun.
There it
Yeah,
is.
that's
Shit.
what's up.
Okay, two quick things. All right. before we went on, you said you did your first show the other day without getting,
Word. Last night.
How was that?
Because I saw somebody ask, am I still puffing?
Yeah.
And I haven't puffed or drank it's going to be 1 month almost, because my birthday is actually on Sunday.
Oh, shit,
So
happy birthday.
Yeah, so I've been
Happy
working
early
out.
birthday.
I'm trying to get back my young body. You know what I'm saying? Because I like them young girls. You know what I mean?
Hey.
And look at her face. I'm just, I'm joking, but I'm serious.
Laura
But
smiling.
last night, actually, L.A. was the first show that I did in a long time without being under the influence of any type of weed or alcohol or anything like that.
Were you nervous?
It was a different experience, yes. First of all, I had irrational, because, you become weed head.
Right.
So I'm having those irrational weed head thoughts like, damn, will I remember my lyrics?
Anxiety.
Right? And it's like, of course, your mind is going to be sharper. What's wrong with you? Of course, you remember them when you're high. You know you're going to remember them when oh, damn, maybe I should have a drink. And because before, but you know what? Everything turned out fine. Killed it.
And
There
I
you
feel
go.
good.
you remembered everything.
Everything. I stumbled a couple of times because I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, am I going to forget? But,
I think all rappers do that. I know that's happened to me.
right? Because you so you know what it is? It's because it's so automatic.
Yeah.
Everything you do, you smoke,
The
you
minute
drink,
you
get
think
on
about it,
stage,
It's the minute you think about it
when you
for a
mess
second.
up.
Yes.
Yep.
You just got to do it because you know
anything
it.
can take. A lot of people, me and Psycho Les was talking about that. Like, people don't know what it's like. You up there, it's all of those people. It could just be the stupidest thing. You'd be like, damn, that bitch is ugly. Boom, you just forget everything you say. You know what I'm
Fucked it all
saying?
up.
Just forget your whole.
Because of
your
that
whole,
ugly bitch.
You just forget your whole. But and it's
Damn,
only
she
for a
fucked me
split
up.
second.
Split second.
It's not even a second.
You ever did that thing where you forget the first word and you blank?
Oh yeah, but you know what it is? I just make up something.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
go.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
make
that's
up.
the professional.
Yeah,
That's
when you-
proficial.
Yeah, yeah,
Professional
yeah.
and
Hey.
official.
Yeah,
Pro
because
fish.
official, straight up. Because that's what you got to do. Like, because I know dudes, they get out there and they'll blank and just be standing there
And
like,
just be standing like,
I just say whatever. You know what I'm saying? You came to see me.
You got to keep it moving, right?
Hey, listen, I'm an MC. I
I
know
know
how to
this.
rhyme. You know what I mean?
I know that.
So I'm going to just rhyme.
Master
I'ma
of
just keep rhyming.
ceremonies.
Yeah, just
This
got
is the remix of that song.
that's the one thing about any pro. You just keep going. No matter what you're gonna say, you keep going until you get back online.
Yeah, you keep going. You don't let the people know, like if the DJ messes up, you don't say, oh, he messed up. None of that. You
No.
just keep it rocking, because 9 times out of 10, people are so excited and into what we doing because
Yup.
we're having a good time together that they not going to be like, you know what, minute 3 on that song, you were supposed to say this word and you didn't, unless they're like, some weirdo.
Yeah.
But they just having a good time and happy that
Just
you
run
there
with
and
it.
happy that you rocking.
There it is.
You know?
Shit. How about if a fan came up to you and asked you, hey, what are the things that will help me have longevity coming up in the game? What would you tell them?
Make good music.
There you
True
go.
that.
Make good music.
Put your
and,
heart
and,
in
and
it.
and when I say make good music, see, this is the thing. With music, the difference, let me start with this. The difference between our generation and the new generation is that we were all trying to be different.
Right.
You didn't want, Cypress Hills didn't want to be like Gangstar, and Gangstar didn't want to be like House of Pain, and
Right.
Jeru The Damaja didn't want to be like Snoop.
Everything
and
was
Snoop
distinct.
didn't want to be like KRS-One. Everybody wanted to have their own style
Original.
and be known for something. Now we would call that biting.
Right.
Yep.
So to have longevity, you have to be different, because if you're the same, how are you going to stand out in 20 years?
True that.
You know what I mean? If
True
we
that.
all blue, in 20 years, what they going to say? I like that blue better than that blue? Some people got to be blue, red, purple. For some of y'all guys, the kids nowadays, they more pink.
Yeah, it can't be
Yellow.
It can't.
And
Yeah,
yellow.
it can't be cookie
True
cutter. You know what I'm
colors.
saying?
and that's what it is. See, I I listen to some of the stuff when I can, when I have the time. But it's like the companies took that over already.
Right.
So that's the factory, and they say, well, this sounds like this sound like this. You remember back in the days? Let the A&R at your record label tell you to do something like somebody else. They
No,
might
thank
get
you.
beat up.
They would get, they would never be able to allow back in the studio.
You feel what I'm saying? They
Well,
might get
yeah.
beat up. You be like, what? Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
You know, now it's cool. If everybody, I can't tell the difference. And then another thing is, too, everybody's rapping on everybody else's record. It's like a dude to have a record with 20 features. So that means if I had to write a record, if I wrote a record 20 years ago and it had 10 songs on it and 3 verses to a song, that's 30 verses.
Right.
Nowadays, dudes is doing whole albums, and they whole album is they only wrote 10 verses. Because they got a feature on every song.
True that.
You know, so it's like
That's
it's
real
like,
shit. And
Damn.
rappers are rapping less.
You know what I'm saying? Get paid more,
That's harder to remember.
rapping
3
less,
verses,
saying
right.
It's like, come on, look. It's a lot of stuff that changed about rapping. That's why I laugh at these kids because hip hop ain't had no structure, like the 16-bar thing. When did that really come in? I'm trying to remember. It's dudes will be rapping for 100 bars. It's how you felt.
Pretty
if
much.
you felt it like this, you entered like this. If it was 10, you entered 10. If it was 20, 30. But you know, so now, and that's what made hip hop cookie cutter.
Right.
Because now it's a formula. It's a blueprint. You do 16 bars here. You do a hook like this. Then you do the break, the chorus, then you go into this. They turned it, when it was just hip hop, it was just, motherfuckers ain't know nothing about music. But you didn't know what a bar was until you got into the studio.
Oh, that's
The
what that
first
was.
time, really. Seriously.
Yeah,
I didn't know what a bar was.
You had to learn what that was.
They was like, yo, so on the first bar, you was like, excuse me?
What the fuck?
What is
Like,
this?
and
What
I
is
even
this?
took a little music in school and all that when we was kids, because that used to be part of the curriculum, right? But you ain't remember that. First time they'd be like, all right, so come in on the first, what you want to come in, 8 bars? I was like, 8 bars? Nah, I'm not trying to go to jail. What? Like, I'm too young to drink. You know what I mean? But now it's like, all right, so we do hot. And you know what else? And dudes come from what you everywhere now and be like, yo, I got a beat, or can I do a feature?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, listen. First of all, I don't just be doing features like that. One, you know, because a lot of dudes too that they be messing the game up. They be doing that for like some old whack money for me.
Right.
That I'm saying, because it's like, if you want a Benz, you can't come with a Volkswagen price. You know what I mean? You can't have a Volkswagen budget and try to get a Benz. You know what I mean? Dudes be like, yeah,
Damn.
Well, I'll trade you a beat. Hold up. So you trying to trade me a bag of air for a gold brick? Like,
Ooh.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I'm not being disrespectful or nothing. I'm just saying we have to put it into perspective. Like,
Right.
what do you, because if we could barter, if you got something I want, then cool, we could barter. But the promise of you giving me a beat, yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
the
saying?
beat is not for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
'cause some people may
be
not like
crazy,
the beat.
It might be crazy dope or whatever, but I'ma still have to work in order to make that work.
To
you
make
know?
that work, yeah.
I stay, you know, I'm
It's
say
not
this.
automatic.
Look, I always say this, man. You know, people is caught up. And another thing, I talk a lot, but another thing is that, you know, people be watching other people's pockets too much.
Right.
And what everybody else is doing and comparing themselves to everybody else. You got to be better than you. That's number one. And I always tell people, look, you know, they may be like, oh, well, Jay-Z or Kanye or this one or that one. I'm like this. Regardless of what anybody doing, I'm a king myself. I have my own kingdom. It might not be as big as this guy's kingdom, but it's my own kingdom. And I'd rather
Right.
be the king of a small kingdom than a statesman in a huge kingdom.
Hey.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True that.
Because at some point in the world, you're going to have to come through my kingdom. At some point in the world, whether you like it or not. You
Real
know what
shit.
I mean?
Real shit.
And that's what it is. You gotta create your own kingdom. You know, everybody fighting for a piece of the pie. I just bake my own pie. So it don't matter. You want to slither that, I be eating the whole pie. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's not, and that's what it is about my music and my career and everything nowadays. That's why I said, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stop doing a digital thing, because everybody could do that. I'm
Right.
gonna just put out hot wax, and if you like, I'm gonna give it away for free. Of course, I'm still digital. I'm still do the videos and all that.
Right.
I'm gonna give it away for free. But if you want it, then go buy it. You know what I'm saying? Go support it. Go get the feeling of picking up the record or having a CD where you could look at it and be like, wow, you know what? Work went into this. It's not just like everybody and their grandmother could do it.
True that. I mean, it does take work to put a whole fucking album together, like a real album.
A real one with concepts and all of that type stuff that is cohesive.
Producers or one producer doing the whole shit that's cohesive, like you said. All that shit, man.
You know, so it's, but you know, I love hip hop, and look, and it's beautiful. Look, I'm sitting right here with you, Be Real right now. Got your own show.
Yeah.
Got a nice little spot, burning out. You know, it's a beautiful thing. Life is beautiful, so you just got to be like that.
That's right. Keep it moving. Always, you know what I'm saying? Proficient.
Proficial.
I like that one.
Proficient.
I want to thank you for taking the time to chop it up, man.
Man, I want to thank
Jeru
you
The
for having me, for
Damaja.
sure.
Word up the
Word
hammer.
up.
You
Word
know what I'm
up.
saying?
Get word, go get the hammer. You can check the Solar Flares video. Honestly, go check the Solar Flares video though, because it's the craziest video I think that's out right now. That's from. And another thing is, I want to shout out my man Guru, R.I.P. I just actually I got SoundCloud and I put out the first demo that I did with Guru. It's
Damn.
called the Dirty Rotten Demos, and my man Slice and Spice and them. They're gonna do like a 10-inch die cut vinyl.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna share the money because we only putting out 500 copies. It's not to make no money. And I'm gonna share the money from the profits with his son.
That's tight.
You know what I mean? Because that's my gift to him, and from respect for him for believing in me and holding me down when I was 17-year-old knucklehead, 18-year-old, and you know now I get to travel around the world and you know do it like that.
And drop them gems.
You know?
Yeah,
You
that.
know, like always, man. Hey, you make sure you support Jeru The Damaja. You know what I'm saying? And I think we got the new one right here. We got that new joint right here.
Oh, you got it?
Oh yeah, we got
that's
it.
what's up.
All right, BREALTV, Greenthumb Show.
Yeah,
Peace.
that.